Welcome everybody to today's episode of Sizzle and Smoke. We are doing the one, the only steak. And this week, Kevin will get his all done up. However, he's going to choose. I'm going to do mine. Of course, we're going to do it on the smoker at a higher heat, of course. You don't want a slow cook steak. You want to get her cranked up. We got two different types of steak here. We got some T-bone and some sirloin. The T-bone comes from the strip loin area, so the bigger side is a strip loin, the small side is a tenderloin. The small side, absolute beautiful cut of meat. It's so tender, so flavorful. Got some nice marbling in the meat. This here is the sirloin, comes from the back of the cow. Less marbling, but still a fantastic cut. If cooked properly to like a medium rare temperature, they are perfect steaks. We're going to take a nice onion and go with it, and some mushrooms, so we're going to get those jazzed up. For your steak, make sure they are thawed out completely. You need to hit it with a little bit of something. So there's two things that the Sizzle and Smoke seasoning was perfected on. One is steak, and the other is eggs. So if you want to try it, it works. It's meant for this right here. So you want just a nice little dusting of Sizzle and Smoke on your steak. You got to put something on it. So even if you do salt and pepper on your steak beforehand, you got to season it just a little bit. So these cuts of steak are not, you don't need barbecue sauce, you don't need marinade, don't go crazy like that. Because all you're doing is taking away the taste of this stuff, so don't. But if you really want to, go ahead. Who am I to judge you, right? So we're just going to flip them over. Hit them with just a little bit more Sizzle and Smoke. Just to get them on both sides. Boom. Now we're just going to set those to the side for a minute until they're ready. Here I made a nice little boat for the mushrooms. I gave them a little rinse in the water just to knock off some extra dirt. Then we just put those bad boys in there. I've got about 3 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 good little dollops of butter in there as well. These bad boys I'm just going to do a little salt and pepper, chucking things around. Freshly ground it up on there. Boom. So those will go onto the smoker just like that to cook, smoke and steam and do their thing. They're actually fantastic. Then I got this bad boy, nice onion. So we're just gonna right down the middle with it. Then we're just gonna pop off the top and give it a quick little peel. I love onion. I'm a big fan. A lot of people don't like it. To each their own. I'm going to take this bad boy just as you see it like this, and I'm going to put it on the barbecue. Just like that. So the only thing you want to do is, like, these inner circles are going to be so tender and nice. Just take a skewer and run right through the middle. Chop off the skewer. So that'll just hold it together. And then we're going to put the skewer into the other side as well. Take that top off. Peel the other layers. Try not to cry. There we go. Again, with your skewer right through the middle of her. Boom. Take a little bit of olive oil. Just hit it on the top of them. Boom. Let it get inside. We will season those bad boys up after when they're done. We just want a little bit of oil on them. So we got the grill cranked up outside. She's running at, I think I put her to 430. So we'll get her up to temp. We're going to put the onions on first and the mushrooms, let them cook. The steaks will only take a few minutes. So we're going to just hold off on them, but we'll get the veggies on first, and then we'll slap our steaks on, and we'll rock and roll. So give me a second to clean up here, and then we'll get everything rocking and rolling, and we'll go from there. Love it. All right, so our onions are on there, our mushrooms rolling along nicely. Grill's at 435. She's nice and screaming hot, so we're gonna put our steaks on. We'll get some nice grill marks on there. Crack them open, you can see the onions are doing well. Listen to that sizzle. That's what you want to hear from your steaks. Slap those bad boys on like that. Give these a nice little stir. Mushrooms are looking fantastic. Onions are doing well. Keep that closed. We're going to let it rock and roll. We'll give it about 5 minutes, and we're just going to turn those steaks about a quarter turn. We get our grill marks. Go another 5 minutes, flip them over, try and do it again, and then we'll see where we're at. They're going to be excellent. It's going to be perfect. So we're going to go back inside and get ready to rock and roll on these. Maybe come back out and check them in a few minutes, but they're looking good. It smells good. Fantastic. All right, let's check on these bad boys. We're going to have to do a flip, I think. Oh, yeah. Okay, so our steaks are done. They're brought in. Now, all you're going to do is hit each one with just a little dollop of butter. Salted butter. Just a little bit on top. And you let that melt. Get back up there. Just to cover them. There we go. So now we're going to let these sit for a couple minutes, let them rest. They're going to reabsorb their juices, rehydrate themselves basically. So we'll give them 4 or 5 minutes to sit. The butter will melt on them nicely, and then we're going to slice it up, put it on our plate, and then we're going to feast. They smell fantastic. They look good. I love it. Steak, #1 food. I love eating it. I love having it. And I can eat it every day. So, beautiful. All right. While our steaks are off to the side resting, we're going to do up our onions and mushrooms. Not much to them. So first you take your onion. Oh, she wants to fall apart. And pull off that outer layer. And then pull your skewer out. Actually, we'll do this a little bit on the cutting board here. So let me just give it some slices. Oh boy. Alright. So then take a little bit of salt onto your plate. A little bit of pepper. Okay, just so you can see that. A little bit of salt and pepper on your plate. Take your onion slices you just did up. They're falling apart. Oh, I got a little bit of a hanger. There we go. And you just lay it right on that salt and pepper. So every time you grab a little piece from underneath, it's going to have a little salt and pepper to it. Then you take some of these mushrooms. Not much of them. They're done, so you just put them on the side. Boom, just like that. If you want to hit them with a little bit more sizzle and smoke season or salt and pepper, do it. But they're good like that. And then you just lay your steak there, and they're perfect there. So these are going to rest for a minute, and then they'll be just phenomenal. They smell good. Onion like this, I love it. Cooked onion, I like raw onion. You can eat it like an apple. Fantastic. But remember to take the outer layer off, and then away you rock and roll. We'll be back, slice up that steak, get it on the plate, and then we'll be good. Whew. Here's a nice close-up of them. Just gorgeous. Butter's melting away. Give her a couple minutes, we'll slice one up and have at her. All right, so they've had a couple minutes to sit and rest and do their thing. So let's see what we got here. Who do we want to try? Let's take this guy right here. Oh boy. Oh, that's so tender. Look at that. So tender. I love mine with a nice pink middle. I don't want blood all over my plate. That's what I got here. Just excellent. So now you want to take that bad boy, get her on your plate. Look at her just falling. She's not gourmet looking, but look at that. Boom. Now if you wanted to, just take that. If you want to put a little more salt on top of her, whatever you want to do, go ahead. That is how I like it. Looking just like that. So here goes. So tender. Onions and mushrooms are excellent. I could eat this every day. The only thing I'm missing on here is I would do a spinach salad with it and rock and roll. I'm not a big potato guy. I would do a baked potato with it. Don't get me wrong. Spinach salad, some onions, and mushrooms, and a steak. Eat it every day, all day, and I would never get tired of it. It's fantastic. It's healthy. And it's glorious. Love it. Easy peasy. Now off to Kevin's to see what he's got going on. Love it. Steaks. #1 food.